farm animal ReoVirus and RotaVirus. So we have ReoViridae and ReoViridae. ReoViridae has the ReoVirus genus, and this genus has the mammalian reoviruses and the avian reoviruses. ReoViridae has the RotaVirus genus. The RotaVirus genus has viruses from A to J. So ReoViridae. The ReoVirus genus has mammalian orthoreoviruses. They occur worldwide, and for the etiology, the mammals have 4 serotypes. They have a 10-segment genome, and genetic reassortment is common, and this causes problems for vaccination production. For the epidemiology, they are resistant in the environment, and feces contamination allows the spread. The common way of infection is the oral route, but it can also happen through inhalation, and the virus is shed from feces and discharge. For the pathogenesis, the viruses get into the body through the oral route, and then the replication happens in the epithelial of the gut and the lungs. A good acronym is that REO stands for respiration, enteric, and orphan. In cattle, it causes pneumoenteritis, and young animals are susceptible, and it causes mild respiratory signs and diarrhea. The maternal antibodies last for about 5 months. In sheep, it causes diarrhea and respiratory signs. However, swine is unusual as it can cause encephalitis, but it also causes diarrhea. And in rabbits, it causes diarrhea. In horses, there's a frequent bacterial co-infection, which leads to respiratory problems. For the diagnosis, isolation is easy. You can use a real-time PCR and an ELISA test for herd diagnosis. And you can also use viral neutralization. For prevention, inactivated vaccines are used. ReoViridae has the RotaVirus genus. It's called RotaVirus because it looks like a wheel which rotates. The occurrence is worldwide. It's frequent. It was first found in calves in the USA. For the etiology, rotaviruses are split into A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J. Since the virus has 11 genome segments, it allows for a lot of genetic reassortment. So orthoreoviruses have 10 genome segments and rotaviruses have 11 genome segments. To discuss the different types, A is mammals and birds, B is swine, humans, cattle, rats, and sheep. C is swines and humans. D is birds, E is swine, F and G are birds, H is swine, I is cat, and J is bat. For the epidemiology, they're resistant in the environment and they're shed in the feces and discharges. However, they're not zoonotic. Humans have their own rotaviruses. For the pathogenesis, they enter the body through oral uptake, and the primary replication happens in the enterocytes of the small intestines. And then they replicate, and then the tip of the nucleus experiences degeneration and villus atrophy, and this leads to decreased absorption of nutrients and osmotic diarrhea. Rotaviruses cause massive watery diarrhea. In the clinical signs, it happens to animals that are 1 to 2 weeks old, so very young animals. They produce a massive amount of watery yellowish diarrhea, and they experience anorexia, lethargy, and decreased weight gain. Recovery takes around 2 weeks. If the base of the villi is still intact, it can regenerate. For treatment, they need supportive therapy, so massive amounts of fluid therapy, and colostrum uptake is so important. And you can also give antibiotics to decrease the chances of a secondary bacterial infection. For prevention, you can give an inactivated vaccine. In pregnant cows with good immunity, it protects them for 5 to 6 months. And in other animals, you can give a polyvalent vaccine, which also protects against parvo and coronavirus. For the diagnosis, you can do a real-time PCR, an ELISA, and viral neutralization. But for rotaviruses, secondary bacterial infections are very important. There's also the C. adenovirus. They're human pathogens found in animals. There's a zoonotic possibility, but it's unknown. They're found in Asian countries, and they're arboviruses. So Culicoides spread the virus. They're a mosquito. And this has the Banavirus and the Capiridovirus.